on year 1953 by virtue of administrative number number 11 issued by the Secretary of Justice. Next, how many days ang usa ka inmate mabutang sa RDC? Tignan asa si RDC class mo receive in charge of reception of inmates gikan sa BJMP. Pila siya ka days kani class gabalik-balik ni sa board exam class pila ka days ang inmates masulod sa RDC. Okay, so nara class 60 days. Itong atong total class 5 days for the quarantine and 55 days for these examinations. 5 days, it is number of days where the inmate upon admission in the reception and diagnostic center, an inmate shall be placed in quarantine. So sunod sa 60 days class, ang 5 kaadlaw ana is intended for quarantine. While the other 55 days intended class for psychiatric, psychological, sociological, vocational, educational, and religious and other examinations. Okay? Overall, pila ka days masunod ang usa ka inmates sa RDC class 60 days. Pero kung specific lang siya, pila ka days ang usa ka inmate upon admission, upon reception sa RDC, pila siya kadlaw masunod under quarantine class 5 days. Okay? Or sa mga examinations, 55 days. Again, overall class 60 days. Okay? Next, admission of inmates. So the following document that must be presented upon admission in the RDC: Metimus, method order by the court, information on court decision in the case, certificate of detention, certificate that the case is not on appeal. A female inmate shall be received only at the CIW. So gibot pasabot aning CIW class. Ang inmate daw kuno nga mga babae dawaton ra sa CIW. Sa ganing CIW gali class?
Correctional Institution for Women.
Yes, no, sakto si Mr. Musor. Thank you. So, CIW class stands for Correctional Institution for Women. So, located siya class sa Mandaluyong City sa Manila. So, ang CIW way back 2017 so ito pa 2016. Kung nag-field trip mi sa Cebu, lagi sa una kung wala pa'y pandemic, yung mga corrections na mo sila, mo sa medical. Ang tahan ko lang tayo doon, nag-share pa na po sa inyo. Familiar man siguro man ng dancing inmates, di ba? Sa Cebu, noon kaya na sila ng dancing inmates. Kaya i-develop man good, usa na sa ilang mga programs or activities para ang usa ka inmates, dili mong buryong. Siyempre, kung buryong yung utok, dali na kayang simple makita kagaway, di ba, sa presuhan. So, sa gibat nila class para naikabisihan ang usa ka tao, usa ka inmate, kada sila gibuhat nga program kanang dancing inmates. So sa CIW class, ilang gihawat class kanang sa Cebu. So para matod pa, para daw kuno daghan mo lantaw sa ilang dancing inmates sa CIW, Correctional Institution for Women, ang ilhang kung sa basketball pa class nga star player ba, para ni Durant o ni Kyrie ba nga tagak pa. Ang mga mga star player nagitagak pa sa Boston, di ba? So sa CIW class, ilang star player class, si Janet Napoles. Ano mo na nga pangalan class?
Yes, sir.
Janet, no? Si Janet Napoles. Oh, si Junel, di ba? Kay Laila Dilima. So si Janet Napoles class mo na siya gitagurian class nga pork barrel queen. So I heard class nga gipapil daw siya sa kanang magsayo-sayo kanang dancing inmates sa CIW to attract mga visitors mo lantaw kay magbayad ng pagkanang entrance. So income generating to sila. Pan sila. And at the same time, kung nga ay mga visitors mo tas mosulod sa presuhan, so ang mga piniriso naman na sila gipang buhat ng mga products dira. So posible na yung mamalit, di ba? So maka-earn sila income. And also sa ilahang mga inmates. The Metimus order shall be under the signature of the judge, seal of the court, and so on. Next, what should the registration book contain? So, registration books upon admission should contain the name of the inmate, reason for commitment, and the authority therefore, the sentence, okay, date and hour of admission, an hour of discharge or transfer or basis therefore. So na panahon day class nga naa nakadira anang presuhan ha. For example, dadala ka sa Davao, although taga Manila ka pero dili ka na dakpan, dili ka na preso, dili ka na krimen. So na time day class nga pwede ka ma-transfer o prison dato sa pasapol sa New Bilibid Prison. Okay? Considering ang uban nga mga rason na class control sa imo ha, yung pamilya, okay, kung asa ka ga-reside, dila po yun. Next, admission process. Or ka ng pagkuha nila class, kung sa company ka ng pag-receive, mga inmates, sa baton, first class photograph, front and side view, mura sa mugshot, fingerprinted, assign a permanent person number. Marami sila kuha na class, marami kaning sa tagani. Itong speed game na kay permanent number. The male inmate shall then be given a regulation haircut and bird mustache, if any, shall be shaven off. So tawag ni shiban ang angay shiban, putlan ang angay putlan ng mga buhok. Then, ang inmate class, pwede ba sila maka-wear of wig? Kan iba mga tao class nga mag-wear of wig, siguro makita ilang hubon ba? Makita ng upaw. Sa inmate, sa mga prison, pwede na gyapon class. So, depende yung saon. Or nga no ka, or sa kay possible nga mga remedy para maka-wear ka wig, which ang baton. So, an inmate may not wear a wig or artificial hairpiece unless a medical authorization, authorization gikan sa doktor, na ikaw, Mr. So-and-so, pwede ka maka-wear of wig. Okay? And to do so, and is approved by the superintendent. So siguro basig na kay skin disease sa bana sa imong ulo nga kailangan mainitan para maprotektahan mo na magsuot kag wig. So therefore dapat na medical authorization and at the same time dapat imong ipa-approve sa superintendent. So again class, si superintendent mo na siya pinaka-head sa prison. Okay? Overall prison sa Pilipinas ang pinaka-head nila class is si director. But every prison na si superintendent ang pinakatapog ranggo. Okay? Next, issuance of uniform. Kung mapriso ka sa prison, kung sa nga mga uniform ang ihatag sa imo or mga paraphernalia, so newly admitted inmates receive 2 regulation uniforms per suit. Depende sa imo ang classification, maximum, medium, minimum. Okay? 2 t-shirts. And also, 1 blanket, 1 mat, 1 pillow with pillowcase, 1 mosquito net, 1 sheet of misket, okay, and 1 pair of slippers. Kumuna ang yatag sa imo kung sulod ka sa prison. The next, personal effect of inmates. So, direct class, na-kuhan class na pwede ba ka magdalaw TV, pwede ba ka magdalaw mga other nga mga gamit. So, it depends. Matag pa direct class, kaya na-note niya ang iba't ang class, the superintendent may allow the inmate to bring electrical equipment like television. Pwede na class, magdalaw TV, sulod sa prisuan. Radio cassette, no? Kaya para pa minaminaw lang music ba? Hindi kayo maboringan. Or video player, electric fans, or similar items provided dapat is for common use with other inmates. In short, kas imuang i-share sa imong mga kauban nga mga inmates or mga pineriso. Dili ingon nga suluhon nimo. Okay? Next. But in no case, dili gid ako pwede class ang inmate di allowed to bring luxurious items such as air conditioner, okay? Air conditions, carpets, sofas, beds, sleeping mattresses, washing machines, and the like. So, bawal daw kuno. May nakabutang sa libro. Pero, kabalo man siya public knowledge naman siguro nato ni. Nakita to sa New Bilibid Prison, sa panahon lagi ka ng nilayla dilima, di ba? Sa mga kubol, napay yun, ang mga piniriso, nag-concert pa dito. Gwapo pa kay mga kubol, napagal yung mga 6-toy nga mga something yung nana, di ba? Napay mga cellphone. Big customer kayo, ngano, na dadto. Amo na mo to bagkas ngano. Next, wearing of jewelry. So, an inmate may not wear jewelry items. Hey me, Okay? Pwede din siya musuot, however, allowed to wear an inexpensive watch and the like. So, pwede ka mo suot og relo nga dili ka nang mamahalon o and the like. Pare-pareho na pulsira, so sa wapas kung basta dili ka nang mamahalon. Okay? Next, classification of inmates. Who will classify the inmates? Tatlo ka dong, sa maximum ka, minimum, medium ka. So, ang classify anak class, muna sila gitawag og classification board composed of chairman, vice chairman, members, and the secretary. The chairman of the classification board class is si superintendent. Okay, again class, si superintendent class mo na siya yung pinakataas nga ranggo sa prison. For example, sa Davao Penal Colony, pinakataas nga ranggo nga naa dito class is superintendent. Sa San Ramon, sa Buanga, pinakataas po nga ranggo dito sa ilang class is superintendent. But overall class, sa tibuok Pilipinas nga mga prison, kanang mga prison nga ga-exist din sa Pilipinas, naapin na sila pinakataas sa superintendent mo na siya gitawag class nga director. Okay? So, the vice chairman of the classification board, chief reception and diagnostic center, is chief sa RDC, members sa classification board, medical officer, chief education section, chief agro-industry section, yung mga chief nila. Next, secretary sa classification board, chief overseer. Then, classification of inmates, maximum security, sentence to date, minimum sentence is 20 years imprisonment. Okay? Minimum 20 years above. Medium security, less than 20 years of imprisonment. 2 or more records of escapes. First offender, sentenced to life imprisonment. Minimum security, severe physical handicap, PWD ka, 65 years old and above. Serve 1/2 of their minimum sentence or 1/3 of their maximum sentence. Next, color of uniform as to security classification. So, maximum security class, sa ilang color class, sa ilang t-shirt class is tangerine. Different class kani, igawas ka po ni sa pag-take na board exam. Although, I believe, sa'yo naman sa to, what is tangerine, di ba? So, again, tangerine class is the same rin sa class sa color orange. So, color orange or tangerine class, the same rin sa color. Intended siya for maximum security inmates. Sa blue, medium security. Brown, minimum security. And detainee sa gray. Take note ka sa discuss ani class sa Bucor. So, sa Bucor, so ilang detainee, gray ang color. So, din sa top sa BGMP, yellow man siya. Yellow. Okay. So, kani sa Bucor. Next, classification of inmates as to entitlement to privileges. So, detainee, first class inmates, second class inmates, third class inmates, and colonists. Okay? Talks about privileges class. So, sa first class inmates, one whose known character, ilado sa class, and credit for work while in detention earn assignments to this class upon commencement of sentence, and one who has been promoted from the second class. Okay? So, ilado siya, na siya mga activity ng itong buhat, kung sa class, katudlo siya, sa iyang, for example, expert siya, doktor siya, kung sa siya nga, maestro siya, doon na preso. Ayun, yung gishare yung knowledge, kaya na preso naman sa yan, ang gishare na ito sa knowledge, yung knowledge sa presoan. So, diri siya first class inmates. Next, second class inmates, newly arrived inmate demoted from first class or one promoted from the third class. Third class inmates, one who has either been previously committed for 3 or more times as sentenced inmate, except those imprisoned for non-payment of a fine, those who have been reduced from higher class. Colonist qualification, okay, para mapalipay ka ito nung tawagod ng colonist class, at least first class inmate and has served 1 year immediately preceding the completion of the period specified in the following classification, a serve imprisonment with good conduct for a period equivalent to 1/5 of the maximum term of his prison sentence or 7 years in case of life sentence. Okay, so muna qualification para matawag po ka nga colonist. So, na yung mga privileges niya atag din sa imo dagan. Next, Chapter 4, Confinement. Confinement and accommodation of inmates. Yes, no, again, yan na sa ako ganyan class for those Muslims, brothers and sisters, no? Ay, ano, nga nagpasa ta, pwede ta mo exit, no? Gi-exempt ta mo class sa atong klase, pwede mo exit sa atong klase para makaon kay ano, gutom na gid kayo. Tapos, Muslims ba? Nga wala ka nakakaon, pwede mo kaon. Pwede mo exit mo, pwede mo din mo sunod sa klase. Tapos, pwede ra po mo sunod mo sa klase, depende po sa inyo ha. Kung ilang taon mo, depende sa inyong klase, okay? Basta gi-exempt mo sa klase. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Maximum, sir.
Okay. Sige, bera. Next class.
Hindi na yung makabalik, sir, ha?
Pwede makabalik kung wala kami nauman. Pero kung nauman na, nabalik eh.
Sige, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sige. Okay? Place of confinement. An inmate shall only be confined in a place declared by the President of the Philippines by executive order. So, siyempre, datagin sa prison. Then, separate facilities, finally sentenced inmates. Okay, lalahin na sila facility class. With convict inmate who by reason of their criminal record are likely to exercise negative influence to other inmates. Ano gitawag class nga subculture theory. Now, sa high class, ang tao, mahong may mong criminal tungod sa imong gipang ubanan. Silta sa nang bad influence sa imo ba? O may nauban nimo sa prisuan kanang mga gabi na mga criminal, pero sa big possibility na mapareha pa sila. O na class nga diri sa Yukon, ilahi din sila gyud. Next, detainees, youth offenders, and those below 18 years of age. First offenders, habitual delinquent, recidivists, escapees, inferred, aged, invalid, and other finally convicted inmates, and so on. And also, the female inmates, ilahi yun na sila. Kaya nga naman, basin managhan ang piniriso. Diba? Okay, next. Drug dependence, foreign nationals, member of national cultural minorities. Then transfer of inmates, manong gingon ka na class, pwede lang sa ka-inmates kas babalhin. So transfer of inmates to another prison. An inmate may be transferred by the director. Okay, tikil ka sa transferred by the director. Ang director may magbuot upon the recommendation of the superintendent. So kanang head sa prison, dapat iyang i-recommend to sa director. Pinakadakulang nila. Okay? To another prison. Dapat i-recommend ka nga to another prison. Transfer ka to be closer to your family as part of your rehabilitation program. I believe, maka-high moral mo na class. Doon na ka sa iyong pamilya. Diba? So, posible, doon na po, o dali na po kabisitahon nila. For example, Manila, imong pamilya nasa Manila, tapos ikaw nakadiri sa Mindanao na priso, diba? Lisod kayo sa mga part, or sa ilang part sa pamilya nga bisitahon ka. So, mabudyong ka. Diba? So, as part of your rehabilitation, may moral ka para mabutan ka, ano ba? Kita mo po na magbinutan gito, kita na ko pamilya na ko. So, ipaduol ka dato sa imuhang pamilya. Propeso gapon ka. Next, transfer of inmates. An inmate who has been confirmed to be mentally abnormal. Na preso, no? Buang naman ni noon, di ba? Or insane will be transferred to a mental hospital. Alona ka sa mental hospital kung nabuang na sa prison. Next class, on-site movement of inmates. Pwede ba makagawas ng mga inmates although you are already convicted? So na mga instances class na pwede di ay. So movement of inmate outside confinement facility. So money class, tulo ka mga rason na makagawas lang sa inmates. To appear in court or other government agency as directed by the competent authority for medical examination, treatment, or hospitalization in an outside clinic or hospital, no, in case kasi hindi na makaya sa infirmary, sulod sa prisuan, talunig ka sa mga dagko ng mga hospital kaya kumpleto sa gamit. Or to view the remains of the deceased relative. Naka-relative nga namatay, so pwede ka mo view. Next, outside movement of death convict. Pwede ba si death convict maka-view? Okay? Or makagawas ang death convict. So, a death convict shall not be allowed, take note class, shall not be allowed to leave his place of confinement. Dili pwede nga ang death convict makagawas sa prisuhan except sa for urgent treatment. Kailangan diya kalit-kalit or emergency nga treatment. Okay? Ano man, kay posible kaning gitawag na to class nga life-threatening or serious ailment. Yatake ka, o sa nito sa mga kailangan ng kadalon sa ospital, so kana, posible ka nga dalon or makagawas ka sa prisuhan. Kailangan ka dalon na sa dako nga ospital ba na. Okay? If the diagnosis cannot be done or the treatment provided in the prison hospital, una, pwede ka magawa sa prisuhan. So, application to view the remains of deceased relatives supporting documents. So, unsay kailangan yung baton kung magawas ka? Depende sa mga tao, kinsang involved na deceased person or deceased relative. So, kung ang na-deceased class is imong wife or husband, so sa imong ipakita, marriage certificate. Okay? Next, kung child, imong anak, birth certificate of the child and marriage certificate of the inmates, the parents. Brothers or sisters, birth certificate of brother, sister, and birth certificate of the inmate. Father, mother, birth certificate of the inmate. Grandchild, mga apo, birth certificate of the grandchild and of daughter's parent, who may be son or the daughters of the inmate. Grandparent, yung lula o lula, birth certificate or of the inmates and of his or her parents, who is the son, daughter of the deceased grandparents. When to file, kano siya ka mag-file para makagawas ka sa prisuhan, para mulantaw sa imong deceased relative. So, dapat, okay, mag-file ka class with the superintendent. Imong ipasa imong papel, imong request sa superintendent for approval at least 2 days before the enjoyment. Before ka magawas, before ka mo-appeal sa privilege, dapat magpasa na ka sa imong request 2 days before sa imong intended nga lakaw. Okay? Pero kana yung paglakaw pa sa dili nga ikaw ra na kay kuyog nga mga jail officer, mga guardian nimo gyapon. Next, duration of privilege to view the remains. Okay, duration, pila ka oras ka nga pwede ka maka-view sa remains? At least 3 hours to view the deceased. Okay? Inmate may be allowed more or less 3 hours to view the deceased relative. Okay, tignan ka na pa sa question na. Another, distance of travel to view the remains. Kung sa kalayon nga pwede ba ka makatravel? Okay, the ratio of 30 kilometers. Okay, by road from the prison. Yan ang kalaya. Pero kung layo kayo, pwede ba? Depende. Kaning na inot 3 class. Pwede DI class na more than pag 30 days, makabisit ka. Pero dapat makabalik ka anang adlaw nga dili pa mo gabi. Okay, I repeat, pwede ka makabisita sa mong deceased relative na mulapas og 30 kilometers, pero dapat makabalik ka sa prisuhan nga dili pa mo gabi. Okay? So, sana to, note, where the distance is more than 30 kilometers, the privilege may be extended if the inmate can leave and return to his place of confinement during the daylight hours of the same day. Okay? On that same day, dapat makabalik di karayon sa prisuhan, kung asa ka na priso. Okay, question class, sino pangutana? Wala, ayo. Okay,
Answer.
okay, so rights and privileges of inmates. Rights of inmates, rights of an inmates. Tikat ka sa rights, different from the privileges. So rights to receive compensation for labor he performs. Monis na class nga pagawas nila na sila kwarta nga madala. Kaya siyempre, na mas lagi kang buhat, diba? sa mga parol, sa mga activity nila, buhat-buhat sila mga bulak, kanang barko nga na botilya, pulseras, bag. So, na may income na kanang mga bisita. So, matigom na atod sa magawas, mo na yung balunan ko. Okay? So, we credited with time allowances for good conduct and loyalty to send and receive mail matter. Okay. Hindi mo kayo pa ng cellphone na to. So, sulat na lang. To practice his religion or serve his faith. To receive authorized visitors. To ventilate his grievances through proper channel. Kasi grievances kasi kanang nadyo kay kalagot ba? So, pwede pamanawon kanila sa iyang ibaton para ma-resolve mo ang grievances or mga kasako or mga problema nimo. Next, to receive death benefits and pecuniary aid for injuries. So, while napiso ka, tapos natabo sa mga plus while nakagibuhat ba tulo sa prisuan. So, naaday time plus nga makadawat ka ng mga benefits ng kwarta. Next, privileges of an inmates. Titignan ka sa privileges only, not a right. Unlike sa right, kani, yung mga ginigin, makuha gini mo, katungod gini mo. Pero privileges depende. Wait lang ka sa. Privileges of an inmates. Attend or participate in any entertainment of athletic activity within the prison reservation. Read books in the library. Smoke cigar and cigarettes except in prohibited cases. Participate in civic, religious, and other activities authorized by the prison authorities. And receive gift and prepared food from visitors subject to inspection. Okay? And rights of the detainee. A detainee, aside from the rights and privileges enjoyed by a finally convicted inmate, can wear civilian clothes and to grow his hair in a customary style. Okay? Next, prison labor. Prison labor or finally convicted inmate may be required to work at least 8 hours a day, except during Sundays and legal holidays. And old inmates, di ba, makaingon ta class nga, sa katao, igulang na, or senior citizen na, ba, kumutong-tong na siya og 60 years old. Ba, kung na mo yung mga lolo, lola, or mama or papa, para matagal silang senior citizen ID, dapat mutong-tong sila og 60 years old ba. Next, place of work of assignment. So, kung imong classification is medium and minimum, naka sa may be assigned to work in agricultural fields in projects with a prison reservation. Pero kung maximum security inmates ka, not be allowed. Dili ka pwede mo gawas sa imuhang work as connected ka ng case of confinement kanang building kung asa ka na priso. Cannot be allowed to work outside the maximum security compound test. Dira ka kay basin mo takas ka, basin manapla ka o sa imong baton. Okay, next, compensation. Inmate compensation. 6 months after being permanently assigned to work in prison, an inmate may receive compensation credits as rates to be prescribed by the director provided he maintains a good conduct, he show interest and definite degree of progress in the particular work assigned to him. Okay. Next, chapter 4. Time allowance for good conduct and loyalty. So, take note na class, board question na sila class. GCTA. Okay? So, time allowances for good conduct and loyalty. Who may grant? So, there are 3: Director of the Bureau of Correction, the Chief of the BJMP, Warden of Provincial, District, Municipal, or City Jail. So, before class, wala pa ng RA 10592, si Director of Bureau of Correction lang allowed to give time allowances, good conduct time allowances. Paggawa sa Republic Act 10592, nadungag na ng number 2 o number 3 na dayon. Next, effect of good conduct time allowance, 1 to 2 years of serving your sentence, 20 days each month kung nagpinutan ka, 3 to 5 years, 23 days each month na reduction, 6 to 10 years, 25 days each month na deduction. 11 years up, 30 days each month na deduction. And also, while you serve your sentence, another 15 days ka deduction sa mong sentensya every month kung, okay, kung nag-study ka, okay, for each month of study, teaching, or mentoring service time rendered. Okay, while nag-serve ka sa mong sentensya, gaspila ka, or nagtudlo ka, nag-share ka sa imong expertise at kung wala pa ka na piso. Next, good conduct time. Sa idali, bera sa idali. Okay, GCTA of a lifetime life termer, an inmate sentenced to life imprisonment shall not be granted GCTA while his sentence is on appeal. So dapat wala na na-appealar. Okay, para maka-appeal ka ng GCTA. Good conduct time allowance. Next, revocation of GCTA. GCTA once granted shall not be revoked without just cause. Okay, once yung mahatag, di na basta-basta makuha. Next, another birth question class, special time allowance for loyalty. So, for those inmates class na choose na during calamity or catastrophe, after the proclamation made by the President that the catastrophe or calamity has passed by, within 48 hours, limbalik ka sa prisuhan kung asa ka na priso, then you are entitled for a 1/5 nga deduction sa mong sentence. Or during the catastrophe or calamity, wala dyan ka nawa sa prisuhan, nestero dyan ka dra, then you are entitled for a 2/5 deduction sa mong sentence. Okay? Linog, kabaha, nasunog na, wala dyan ka nitakas sa prisuhan, puyo rin dyan ka dra, so you are entitled for 2/5. Pero kung nitakas ka, dahil yung balik ka within 48 hours, after nihawa ng bagyo, for example, then you are entitled 1/5 reduction. Okay? Next, inmate communication. So, ang inmate class, pwede rin makatawag class. Pero, once every 90 days. Okay? Use telephone call. An offender who demonstrate good behavior shall earn 1 telephone call. Ticket ka sa 1 telephone call. To authorize individual every 90 days. So, sunod sa 3 ka bulan, hindi ka makatawag sa imong mga relatives na kas-a. Pila ka minuto or oras, not exceeding 5 minutes. So, dapat within that 5 minutes, mumana niyo yung istorya, paspasan ganyan yung istorya. Okay? Next. Marriage of inmates and detainees, kani? Marriage of inmates and detainees, kana magpakasal? Pwede ba magpakasal ang mga inmates? Yes, pwede. An inmate or detainee who wants to get married shall submit a written request, therefore, with the superintendent. The superintendent shall approve an inmate's request too. So, dapat mananghid yapon ka sa superintendent. Then, ang marriage expenses, kinsa may magasto? Siyempre, ikaw, kamo nga magpakasal. All expenses of the marriage shall be paid by the inmate or detainee. So, the superintendent shall not use bureau funds for an inmate marriage. Okay? Then, solemnizing official. Kinsa yung kasal sa inyo Kung naamoy i-request nga pare, pwede. Okay? Unless otherwise requested by the inmate or detainee. Kung wala, kung ni-request ka, pwede. Pero kung wala, ang kasal sa inyo class is ang chaplain sa bureau. Sa prisuhan. The marriage ceremony shall be performed by chaplain of the bureau. Kanang pare nga nasa prisuhan. Kaya mo kasal sa inyo. Then, provision against prison officials acting as sponsor. Kanang mga jail officer dira, dili sila pwede mo act as sponsor. Which is sponsor class, mo maninoy or mo maninay, bawal sila ana. A prison official, employee or guard, his wife or children shall not act as a sponsor or witness in wedding of an inmate. Bawal ka mo maninoy, maninay. Ba, mukaon, pwede mukaon. Next, visiting rights. Pwede ba? Yes, visiting days and hours. An inmate may be visited from Sunday to Thursday from 9 to 3 p.m. Visitors shall not be allowed to stay overnight in prison. There shall be no visits on Friday and Saturdays. Then conjugal visits, no, kung minyo ka, pwede. Kung kana nga prisuan na ay conjugal area. O a main inmate may enjoy conjugal visits from his spouse or persons where there are facilities, therefore, under such conditions as may be prescribed by the director. Next, kani class, kunyari aid to inmates. Anong na injury, namatay, na bawal gasab siyang sentensya, kunwari siya marawat nga amount class. Kunyari aid to inmates killed or injured in the performance of duty, kunyari aid shall be paid to an inmate who is killed, injured, or disabled while preventing a prison riot or jailbreak. Ba, class na nag-ulang-ulang ka ba? Ayaw, anak ka na. Damay kayo noon, di ba? Sagday na sila. Pero in case nga, pakahiro dyan ka, hindi mo gano'n, namin ka madawat ka po niya, kunyari, preventing a prison riot or jailbreak, or while in the performance of duties required of him in any prison industry and not due to his negligence. Wala na magituyo, na-discuss siya dyan pag-yun. So, you are entitled sa gitawag class kapag kunyari 8. The amount of pecuniary aid, bilang yata sa mo The amount of pecuniary aid shall be fixed by the director and approved by the secretary. So, laging tas pila ihatag class. Si director ra ang mo-fix pila ihatag sa mo. So, maybe it depends sa injury nga yung nasustain, ana. Next, when pecuniary aid is given, the pecuniary aid shall be given to the injured or disabled inmate at the time of his release or any time during his confinement if he so desire. Okay? Or if the inmate dies, payment shall be made to his legal heirs. And discipline inmates, mga prohibited acts, prisuan, daghan kay class, hindi read it na lang. And napod tayo gitawag class nga Board of Discipline. Okay, opposition, the director shall establish a board of discipline in each prison to hear cases involving an inmate who violates prison rules. It shall be presided over the assistant superintendent. So, procedures of disciplinary cases, money. Ito na i-discuss na kaya read it na lang nga ni class. Then, impossible punishment. If ever ma-found out guilty ka, unsay sa mga punishment. Caution or reprimand. Istoryahan ka, kasabahan ka. Cancellation of recreation, education, entertainment, visiting privileges, deprivation of good conduct time allowance for a specific period, change of security status to the next higher category. Example, from medium to maximum daw. Next, confinement and disciplinary. I believe class, muna sa class ang gitawag ito class ng Bartolina. Kung gaya dyan kagulo, si kagubot-gubot sa prisuan, so you might be bring sa gitawag nila class ng disciplinary cell. The above corrective measures prove to be ineffective. Ineffective ni. Siya waton sa mga stubborn inmate sa nagdaig ulo will be punished by confinement in a disciplinary cell for or from 1 to 2 months depending upon the gravity of the offense itself or committed. Mataas kayo class. And inmates interview. Ano class? Class, inmate services. Health services. So, every prison class natin gito class may health services. Kung sa part class ka ng infirmary ba. A prison shall have at least one qualified medical doctor and one dentist. Tignan ka sa, basta mag-basubod sa class. Nabay doktor, nabay dentist tulad sa prison. Yes, na at least one. Okay? Class, pregnancy IW inmates. mga buros ng mga babae nga ng prison sa may tabang ka shall be made for children to be born in a hospital outside the prison. So mga anak sila class gawas gyud sa prison dito gyud sa hospital kay basi pag CS na nun ba, ng emergency CS, kulang ang gamit sa prison, maunsa na noon. So kung mga anak dito gyud sa hospital gawas prison. And infant born to CIW inmates. Ano mga batang gianak sa mga inmates unsay matabo nila? Pwede ba sila makuyog? Yes, within 1 year. An infant born while a mother is serving sentence in the Correctional Institution for Women or CIW may be allowed to stay with the mother for a period not exceeding 1 year. Next, recommendation for release of serious inmate, blah blah blah. Ano kayo pa na class? Any class? Release of inmates. Okay, release of inmates. This is for release of an inmate. So, number 1, or letter A, upon expiration of his sentence. By order of the court, dito sa ang usa ka inmate dili makabasa-basa gawas although na-expire na imong, for example, karon na imong last day of sentence. Pero wala pa court order. Di pa ka pwede mong gawas. Rato naman ang court order. Okay, and after being granted parole, pardon, or amnesty. Kung may authorized release, the Supreme Court or lower courts, the President of the Philippines, Board of Pardon and Parole, the Director, okay, upon expiration of the sentence of the inmates. Any class organizational structure of Bureau? So, kabulo naman tani, there are 7 prison system dito sa Pilipinas, New Build Prison, Muntinlupa City, Correctional Institution for Women or CIW, located at Mandaluyong City. Leyte Regional Prison, sa Boyog Leyte. Davao Prison and Penal Farm sa Panabo. San Ramon Prison and Penal Farm sa Buanga. Sablayan Prison and Penal Farm sa Sablayan o Occidental Mindoro. And Iwag Prison and Penal Farm, Puerto Princesa, Palawan. Wait lang ulit sa. Ano ba kasi una ko na-discuss class? Kaya ni-read na lang yung duties and responsibilities ng nila. Ano class? Inmate head counts. A head count of inmates shall be conducted 4 times a day. Nagpunta sa 4 times a day sa Bucor or as often as necessary to ensure that all times are duly accounted. Then the armory dapat outside sa main prison. Located outside the main prison ng armory. Diba? Mga agaw ang mga piniriso dahil noon. Then, kani class, good question to me. First group, kani class it talks about yung mga jail guards. First group, second group, third group. Sa ilang mga functions. The first group, this is the initial wave of anti-riot assault contingent who shall be armed with breaker shells. Kani class, kung may mga disturbances nga natabo sa prisuan o riots. So, muna yung first group, muna mo traka, second, third. Okay? First group is the initial wave of anti-riot assault contingent who shall be armed with breaker shells, protective headgear, gas masks, and nightsticks or batons. When these are available, the objectives of this group are to disperse the rioters and get their leaders. Next, second group. This is the backup force for the first group. who shall be equipped with tear gas, guns, and gas grenades. Then third group, this is composed of guards who are trained in the proper handling and use of firearms under the direct command of the guard in charge. They shall provide covering fire the first two groups. Okay? Take na na palihog. Kani pod class distance of guard from inmates kani kanang for example ay mga hearing ang inmates class unsa kalaya dapat ang jail guard sa inmates. Tika na class board question po din. So a jail guard shall keep a distance not less than 10 paces. When is it 10 paces class? Pulo palikang. Okay? Not less than dapat layo kagamay sa imong inmates. Siyempre, kagdila makagpusil, di ba? Layo kagamay ka basig maagawan kay noon. Ano ba na? Wala na to. Mawala to siya class. So, for tonight, diyan na taman. Again, next meeting class, we will have